Here. And now we turn on the... That's the button, right? Yep. So, I mentioned a little bit ago that, I'm a little annoyed. Not a little annoyed. The last chapter had issues. It had serious issues. It starts off depressing. It ends depressing. Neither of those depressing bits really needed to be there. They could have been anywhere else. So instead we get this really cute date scene that then turns into shit, and it's like you start off sad, and then you have Chella be sad, and then you Stella be sad. So you're bookending it with external sadness when you got this perfectly good internal sadness. Your chapter should have been just that part, but for some reason, you insisted on also bringing in some external sads. It's really weird. Oh. Anyway, God, someone told me that apparently one of the Superman stories is like Lex wants to nuke a coastline to make coast beachfront property, and all I can think about is like, what the fuck? Great, now I'm irradiated. Let's go! What was a 15-minute drive began to feel like an eternity. Probably because you got literally punched and beat up, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. You should be a little more worried than this. I love how many people just bounce back from shit. Like, Anon is traumatized by the shooting, but for some reason, everything that's happened since hasn't done a thing to him. Like, Trish breaks this man's leg, he's not afraid to go outside. Trish beats him from behind, he doesn't have any... Like, Anon has one trauma and refuses to let any others get to him. What is wrong with you, Anon? Did you just learn the magic? This man learned the power. Gazing out the car's window, I see... Oh, hold on, we need a better song for this. Hold on. Nightwalk? Yeah, it'll also do for now. I need something with a less harsh melody on the ears. Gazing out the car's window, I see various buildings and pedestrians flash by as I listen to the growling hum of the engine, drowning out both the cacophony of the outside world and the panicked whimpering to my right. However, all these distractions do nothing to take my mind... Oh yeah, because Rosa picked them up. I almost died again. I died again. Hold up. I just need the soundbite. Jesus Christ, where can I find a good soundbite for this? Anon is like this man, but it's the opposite. I live again. I died again. Anon, you're bad at being alive. Oh man. Alright. My neck is still bruised and sore after being throttled by Trish. People don't talk about this, but the strength it takes to strangle you would probably leave some damage outside of the whole suffocation part. Who somehow managed to track us down to the mall seeking... I mean, Anna, you're pretty overt. You're not subtle. You're not a short man. Your crutches are fairly obvious. You're like a human among very few dinosaurs. You're not that hard to find. If you do the math, you're not that hard to find. Especially a public place like a mall. Seeking vengeance for Fang's death. My mind is in shambles as I try to wrap my head around what just transpired. Searching for answers to the many questions growing. How did she even manage to find us? What did she mean by Mo got in the way? Or how she said she loved Fang? Listen, I'm all for Yuri, but I don't need to die for it. Not to mention the oddly specific insults she was throwing at Stella, which resulted in her punching. Oh, wait. Specific insults? I wasn't really paying attention. I kind of checked out because the chapter sucked ass, but. Or at least just fell apart at that point. A fucking retard of a girlfriend. No, that's a whole separate thing. That was before that. Let me go, you fucking pigs. I feel like Trish would not be the kind of person to mock someone being an actual autist, considering what she's dealing with. Whatever. I don't know what Anna's talking about. Said, leave us alone, you fucking. I still don't know how to feel about this just getting thrown around. Like, Stella, really? What the hell, Stella? Where did this come from? Oh. You can praise pseudo regalia in first person mode? That's mad lad behavior. Who the hell will do that? Why would you do that? Actually, is the scent the game I'm thinking of the one where you can like spin around like a little goober? All right, where were we? Yeah, the whole again. I don't know. It feels so much. You know what this feels like? I know. This is like ficky behavior, right? This is the thing that fan authors tend to do. Is they love having the fight scene. They love having the moment where violence is the answer, and like the whole fucking point of ending one is that violence isn't the answer. That all you do is perpetuate shit. The words spoken by the usually soft-spoken Stegosaurus are currently etched into my brain. Why are they currently etched? If they're etched in, it's not like a current situation. They're stick around for a while, buddy. Along with the piercing hatred of Trisha's stare, she crushed my neck with murderous intent. Yeah, usually people grab your neck when they want to murder you, buddy. It's not a thing you do when you just want to shake them around a little bit. Also, etched. Let me look up the word etch, because I feel like the definition is taken on a more permanent thing. It means to engrave it to metal, glass, or stone, aka by coating it with a protective layer. Then covering it with acid to attack the parts the needle exposed in order to produce prints from it. Oh. So basically, it's a very permanent way of doing things, which makes the term currently a little goofy. It's currently being etched. Hold up, I need to post the spin. I'm gonna spin that cat. Let's see. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I just feel like I need to get back into it, man. This thing has irked me some. I've danced with death almost 3 times now, but I still find myself completely rattled despite all. Man, it's almost like trauma. Like you can have multiple traumas, man. It's almost like having one already doesn't preclude you from getting more. Is it a sign? Is this karma a way of dishing out justice for my crimes? As punishment for causing Stella to be so emotionally scarred or for returning his mind into scrambled eggs? Fucking hell. Sitting away from the window, I get a better view of the car's cabin. Yeah, that tends to be how windows work. They tend to be facing away from the interior of a structure. A sight that has become relatively familiar to me in the past few weeks. I glance at Rosa, hands gripping the steering wheel tight as her eyes remain locked on the road ahead. The expression painted across her face mirrors the same worried look I first saw on her face a few months ago. However, amid her concerned expression, I can't help but notice a slight bit of frustration and anger. Why are you... Like, this doesn't work. I feel like the across her face is weird. Because it's amid her expression. Growing across her face. We are in this context of being in her expression, and then you're going to her face. Like, my man, please learn how programming works. You'll learn a lot about you know, the contexts in which you are operating. The scope of things. That's the term you use in programming. The scope of things. Considering how her two friends just got viciously assaulted by a former acquaintance and learned that that perpetrator was responsible for my initial maiming, that's understandable. But there's something else. What else is there really to be, my man? What else do you need? And to my right, deviating from her usual position in the passenger seat, is Stella. So you're both all sitting on like a single couch? Her arms are wrapped around my torso as she buries her face in my chest, not wanting to face the outside world. Too bad I don't got tits, or be hella comfy. My body quivering with terror. The tears have finally subsided, but what was once crying is replaced by pain shuddering. That's not an improvement. Also, Anon, you're the one who got beaten the fuck up. Why are you so okay with this? Why are you not, like, crumpled up yourself? Are you this tough of a man? I never got Anon to be, like, a tough guy. He seemed to bounce back, but in the moment, if Anon fell down a set of stairs, he'd be like, I'm out. I need a day. He needs a day. He needs a nap first. All souls, dog. Man, I love getting a load of that dog. I love getting a load of that dog. Get a load of that dog. Alright, where were we? Throughout our... oh my god, we're still doing this? I feel like at this point you'll be able to say it just because your brain is like, whatever. I don't know. This is, like, thematically, it's a bit weird. Like, giving him a stutter about the... like, you just got beat up by a girl, man, and a girl defended you. If you're still going to be upset about a date, you need to see a psychiatrist about, like, the 15 fucking issues you have that you need to get past real damn fast. Stella broke down a couple of times, similar to just now, as the trauma began to resurface over any stressful situation and reminded of what transpired the day of the shooting. She had a gun pointed at her, my man. What are you fucking talking about? But right now, I only see pure terror in Stella's body as she clutches me tightly. What the fuck happened to her that day? She already told you. Like, why are you pretending this is so damn mysterious? Oh, yeah. Are you two okay to talk about what happened? The stern ankylosaurus called out from the front seat, pulling me out of thought. Wait. What do you mean calling out from the front seat? Aren't you all sitting in the front? Because Stella's sitting in the passenger seat, which is usually used to describe, you know, shotgun. Not the back seats. Pulling me out of deep thought. Yeah, you're always in deep thought, Anon. That's all that fucking happens in these fics. So many of them are so distracted with how incredibly important the thoughts of the protagonist are. It's annoying. Nothing ever happens. The muffled voice incoherently echoes from my chest. How the fuck does it echo? It's a shirt and skin. Nothing is echoing. It's a car. Who has a car that echoes? How big is this car? Man. Like, the reason you hear an echo is because the sound takes so much time to get back to you. Like, the clear reflections take too much time to get back to you. Like, my man, unable to form a coherent response. Yes, you just said she incoherently echoes. That implies you're incoherent. That you are lacking coherency. Jesus. I feel like these fic authors could, like, save 80% of their fucking effort if they just spell-checked shit, if they just reread things once. Just once. They could pick up so many of these just absolute dipshit moves. I've always struggled with apathy for a long time. Except when people break my knees, it always hurts. And apathy has nothing to do with your pain response. Oh. But it pains me to see Stella in such a state. I don't know if... Well, I mean, there's apathy for... Empathy... That's a nuanced discussion that's not really applicable to this context anyway. She doesn't deserve any of this. This is my suffering, not hers. Well, she injected herself into the situation. She does deserve it. Listen, if my friend gets beaten up in front of me, and the other guy's like, we're not going to punch you or anything, you're not involved, and I involve myself, I deserve it. Because I inserted myself into that context. I have the responsibility, the agency of inserting myself into a context I don't belong, and I take the responsibility of getting injured for it. She does deserve it because she stood up for you. You might say that people shouldn't get hurt for standing up for you, but given the context, what were the options? You were getting murdered, Anon. This is my suffering, not hers. Turning to Stella, I tell her the full story of our time at the mall, making sure to mention as much detail as possible. Like I kept thinking about Stella getting a fat ass from those Cinnarolls. I told her especially about that detail. I explained to her that I found Reed, or what was left of him, before meeting Stella, because why the fuck was that there? Eliciting a shocked response from the Ankylosaurus, she muttered in Spanish. Stella broke down in tears when she brought up the sage person, whoever they are. I feel like that's an M-dash situation, because that's not an interspersal, that's like a separate thought entirely. Maybe brackets. Put some sexy brackets in there, buddy. I want to see some more brackets. I caught the shocked glance from Rose in the driver's mirror when I mentioned the name. She must know more about this saga. Anon, are you on 4chan? Sorry, I'm just having a good time. Distracting myself with the fact that this ain't working. Admittedly, there is a lot to be said that, you know... A thing worth reconsidering is that fanfictions are written by people who have a lot of spare time, or have any spare time at all, and are willing to spend it on something they enjoy. And they're writing it for themselves. It's like if you make a chair for yourself. You know, you make a nice cushy leather chair for yourself. Like, sure, it's probably not the best carpentry out there, and anyone else's ass is not going to fit in those butt cheek cups. But it's a chair for you. Like, my opinion is entirely secondary. I'm very aware of the fact that it doesn't really matter in the greater context, only if you really want to learn some stuff. God, it's so... Oh. Eventually we went to the arcade, and some stupid kid pointed a toy gun in our faces, causing Stella to run out of the mall in tears. I make brief eye contact with Rosa, if only for a moment. Yes, it's brief eye contact! To avoid distracting her from driving. And your eye contact is not what's going to distract her. It's her looking. Why is your eye contact implies you're looking back and forth? Why are you responsible for her looking back to the road? This sentence is dumb. And then, that's what Trish found us. She told us she was the one who messed up my leg, and now she wants me dead for killing Fang. I'll tell her close with sympathy before I recount the next part. She also said some really fucked up things to Stella. It sounded really personal, too. Dios mío, what did she say? No, please. You can't tell her that I bought all that gunpla. But I thought she said things about being an ass. What do you mean gunpla? God, I'm laughing my ass off. I managed to bring up Pony Finder in a conversation just to mess. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We will talk about it later then. Rosa reassures her friend in the back seat. Oh, so you're in the back seat. Her voice hinting a bit more remorse over the question. I always knew she was a bit of a troublemaker, but to do something like this, mierda! Rosa expressed her shock with a hint of wariness as she began to navigate the road. Due to all the slow turns we've been taking, we must be getting close. While I'm still trying to process what happened to us, I can't say I wasn't expecting it. I knew this was a long time coming. If not Trish. Wait, I lost track. If not Trish, someone like Reed or even Fang's parents would have wanted me dead. At least Ghost and the Snoot's trying to take an easier route out and straight up has Ripley get fucked up. Because so many people are like, Ripley's gonna come out just normal the other end in some way. Just angrier. After all, how could they not? In their eyes, I'm the one who sent Fang over the edge. How presumptive. Hell, I might as well have been. I like how... This conversation about perception and stuff. Where was I? There's a conversation to be had about the responsibility of Anon in this particular context, right? Because if, perception to be specific, if someone perceives you to be responsible and you can't change their mind, then have you or have you not? Does it matter? Is the physical reality of the past that important to someone who cannot be changed? The car's slow stop confirms that we've reached Stella's house, prompting us both to raise our heads to the windows to confirm our suspicions. Why the hell? Okay, first off, you're using the confirm twice. But secondly, what the fuck is this sentence? We stopped... The stop confirmed we were outside of our house, but then we confirm our suspicions? What is this sentence? Why are so many of these sentences feel like my brain is leaking out of my ears? They're so stupid. They're so like, you've already made your point, and then you make your point again, but differently. And it's weird. It's like you wrote the sentence, forgot you wrote the sentence, and then wrote it again. Did it confirm it or not? Also, who fucking cares? I don't read a book to go, I'm glad they looked out of the goddamn window to verify they were outside of that man's house. If they hadn't done that, story would have been fucking ruined. My editor would have killed me over that. He would have been like, you need to add that sentence back in, buddy. Do you need help getting out, Anon? Rosa asks me as she gazes at us through the mirror. No, she's gazing at you, because she's asking you. I'll be okay, let's just get Stella inside. That's without paying attention to my nearly busted legs, much as Rosa's surprised. But, see... Oh, please. Okay, listen. Okay, music goes off. Music goes off. No, please. 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 Please don't have Anna walk on his fucking leg. Okay, no. I need a minute. Okay, let's dissect my problem, okay? It took us 24 minutes to get like less than a quarter through this. Let me dissect my problem here. Remember how I complained about the time in Nothing to Something where Anon just beats up a random guy that did not appear in the story prior and does not appear later, just so that Anon could beat someone up? Like when D fights people, it feels like, the groundedness of the story is not affected. Anon ignoring a bullet wound in his leg that literally requires him to have a cast and crutches, and he's just fine with it because of a girlfriend, because he's is such sappy bullshit that does not belong in a story that is about the aftermath of a school shooting that occurred because of the apathy and uncaringness of a character. You can't do that. Your thematic resonance is out the window and it's become discordancy. What are you doing? Do you understand what you're writing, or are you an AI who's just spitting words out that happen to line up in some way? Oh my god, I'm the one who needs help getting out the most, but because I'm the big fucking manly man, I'm the big manly man who's hugged my little girlfriend. Ugh. That's what it sounds like. This is like I'm fine with that shit in the right context. This is not that context. You can't write a story that's about hope maxing and then go for the sappiest bullshit in chapter 5. Pain is quite intense, but I pay little mind to it. Then why did you need fucking medication or anything? If you could just sit it out long after your adrenaline is faded. How? What a fucking weirdo. God, great way to kill my fucking desire to read anything. Ugh. This would have been cute if, like, the whole point is Anon considers it, right? He's going back and forth. Like, I might fuck up my leg if I do this. I might worsen my injuries. But on the other hand, I don't want Stella... Like... Anon, you're not doing anyone any favors. Rosa and Stella are like, Anon, you fucked up your leg for what? To look like a cool guy? Fuck off, you idiot, you moron. Ugh. Oh. I hate this chapter already. We're not even 10%, 25%. I'm already fucking done. I just realized that inverted. Can you use upside down question marks in the middle of a sentence? Actually, let's look up what this character is actually called. But can you use that in the middle of a sentence to like identify that this is where a question starts? Well, fuck. I have to go to Wikipedia and throw that character in there. Upside down question mark and quotation marks. Oh, they're just called that? They're just called upside down, turned, rotated, or inverted. Huh. That's interesting how their baselines line up. That's just goofy. Um. Oh, in Spanish, it's actually just on the keyboard. Neat. Oh, they move a whole bunch of stuff around. Don't they use Azerty? I thought Azerty was used for romantic languages. It is acceptable in Spanish to begin a sentence with an upside down exclamation point and end with a question mark, or vice versa. Oh, you can mix them. The upside down question mark is written before the first letter of an interrogative sentence or a clause that indicates that a question follows. So in English, right, you can have a long ass sentence. You can have a long sentence, and in the middle of that sentence is a question. Oh, here we go. If you cannot go with them, would you like to go with us? And in Spanish, you would put after the comma of them and would, you would put the question. That's so cool. That's a neat little bit of visual clarity. Nice. Thumbs up, Spanish people. That's a really cool usage of. I like that. I dig it. That's cool. That's neat. I never knew. I feel wiser and smarter now, and a little handsomer too, because you know what they say. Um, although I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be uppercase at that point. But whatever. I don't know. Macklesaur's friend. My heart thumping like a like. I'm such a big brave boy carrying my girlfriend. Fuck you. You can't support someone if you're literally dying. That's all I'm saying. But despite my compromise, shut up. Stop throwing yourself a pity party no one asked you to do. In fact, everyone's telling you to stop. Everyone's worried. Apparently, also, the comments are full of people saying, like, listen, you didn't actually write the French proper. Like, don't use languages you don't understand. Use angle brackets to indicate that it's a different language or something like that. Like, don't just write another language. It's cute with like, the reason it kind of works with Rosa is, one, most Americans know how to speak Spanish. And secondly, it's pretty easy to get, like, a second opinion on that. And they're mostly sentence fragments. It's really weird when this happens. Also, What is going? Oh, no, blessure. The signes de blessure. Oh wait, este blessé. Avez-vous de Maxwell? Hold up. I think I know what this is trying to say. Because I know a little bit of French. I know just a little scooch. I know it's talking about injures. Is she injured? Do you see any marks on her? Des marques sur elle. This is on her. Any marks? Ah. I don't like how French uses hyphens for stuff like this. They use it a lot. Je ne sais pas. Elle est arrivée en plaçant et est allée directement vers le chien sans dire un mot. Que quelque chose de vraiment mauvais a dû se passer. What does that mean? I don't know. She arrived crying and went straight to the dog without saying a word. Something bad must have happened. Oh, Rose is holding on to him. There you go. So she's inside, and so everyone's like chit-chatting about that. Okay. Conversation between a man and a woman. I wonder if it's the parents, Anon! Who else would it be? Jesus Christ. All those don't speak croissant. If you don't speak okay, listen, I have a serious issue with this, right? If Anon does not speak the language, how can he transcribe it? Like, I'm okay with Anon doing it with Spanish because he probably knows enough Spanish to know approximately what he's supposed to write down, but how the fuck do you do that with French? Do you have any idea how much of these characters are not pronounced in French? It's passé. The R isn't even in there. It's vraiment. You barely hear this part. Like, Jesus. You don't know how to transliterate that language if you're going by sound alone. Because when the French like written language words rules were established, it was long before they had a massive shift in how the language was actually pronounced. A lot of shit happened. They must be your parents. I like how you're coming to that conclusion pretty quickly, buddy. Why didn't you start with that? Why wasn't that literally how you started? Also, if you're gonna write it out, like, the problem I have with this, right, is you're describing the concern in their voices. However, then why write it down? Because this sentence, you're on a website. People can get this translated in a jiffy. So, like, the novelty is a little eh. And two, if you're gonna just go off of they sound concerned, even though I don't speak the language, that doesn't work if you put the fucking words in there. Because then a person can go, oh, that's what they're saying, so logically. It's a lot of little nuances. Like, I know, right? I was in the early days of the internet when it was so cool I could translate things into other languages. Wow! But that's kind of worn off. It's kind of worn off. Opening the door, Rose and I are greeted by a upper middle class hallway adorned with paintings and eccentric eccentric decorations. One of them was an astrology related portrait of a woman holding the sun in one hand and the moon in the other. It has to be Stella's work. No, it's not Stella's work. That's fucking Azura from. That's Azura. That's just fucking Azura, man. She likes Elder Scrolls, which is good. I'm okay with that. For those who don't know, Azura has like a sun in one hand and a moon in the other. It's pretty cute. Pretty neat. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's turn the music back on. Cuidado! Rose was going to make me stumble slightly as I nearly trip over Stella's white shoes. The same one she wore on the date. You just brought her home! Next to her is a red stuffed bear plushie. I don't remember Stella having that. I nearly trip again as I'm thrown off guard by the sudden cacophony coming of barking that radiates throughout the halls. Woof! 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 I panic as a heavy sound pattering against the floor goes closer and closer. Fuck, 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 fuck! Adrenaline re-enters my body as I try to move as Rosa. As. Tries to hold me in place. Calmente, Anon, it is just her dog. Rosa brushes aside sarcastically, well, adjusting her shoulders so I don't fall. Let a figure burst in the door with that. That's the cutest fucking thing I've seen in my whole life. What's running towards Rosa and me isn't a vicious hound, but a big fluffy white... It's a fucking poodle! But a big white fluffy dog easily mistaken for... Oh no, that's a Samoyed. No aggression could be found from those perked up ears with that big smile on the dog's face. Ow! Roar, roar, roar. Oh, excuse me, I should say it in Le France. Awoo! Awoo! Rao! 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 Rosa lets out a chuckle as the ashen canine comes rushing to greet her. Hola, Ghibli. It is good to see you too. Ghibli, that's an interesting name for a dog. Anon, please. Listen, if you don't know what a Samoyed is, they're fucking fantastic little clown. They're such big dinguses. I think Mashed Potato was a Samoyed. At least he looks like one. They're such... Ugh. Ugh. God, every time I see one, I'm like, look at that dog. Get a load of that dog. Get a load of that dog. God, I love the little puppies. They look like mashed potato. It's perfect. What else should a dog be but a mashed potato? I mean, I like beagles too. Beagles are cute. They're little scoundrels, but they're cute. The Kennel Club standard states that a beagle should give the impression of quality without coarseness. What the fuck does that mean? I just want a dog, man. If I ever get a dog, right? If I end up in a situation where I have the finances in the house where I can keep a dog, I probably get like a mutt from the kennel, from the pound. Go for something that needs a house. Old dogs are great. I've been told that if you raise an old dog, you'll have a friend for life that requires very little. Because they're already trained and they're like, yeah, man, I know what I'm getting into. Not to mention the fact that they're a lot less annoying to deal with. I mean, sure, health problems are a thing. That's the only reason I'd ever want a yard, is so I could put a dog in it. It's the only reason I want a big yard, is so that I could put a big dog in it. Hell yeah. Gibibli. After getting reacquainted with Rosa, Gibibli turns towards me and begins sniffing in my direction. Its tail starts flopping from side to side like a propeller. I don't really interact with dogs. I've only met a handful back in Rock Bottom, and the ones in Skin Row are usually some pit bulls that people left chained up, waiting for an unsuspecting victim, like a lost child. Rosa motions for me to lift my hand, and I nervously comply. The dog begins to sniff my hand and lick it excitedly. This dog is fucking cute. How would you know, Anon? You're a cold-hearted, apathetic man. Désolé, Rosa. Désolé, Rosa. I try to keep Ghibli out of the living room with Stella. A man with a thick French accent calls out. Emerging from the same doorway the dog came from is a bespectacled middle-aged Stegosaurus man with short green hair, streaked with grey, wearing a black blazer and slacks. Man looks fucking dapper. His gaze takes notes of the stranger who just entered his house as the plates on his back twitch inquisitively. I realize almost instantly that this must be her father. That's not a realization. That's an observation. You don't need to think about it, man. Unless she has gay dads or gay moms, in which case, yes, it would be kind of weird to have the dad around at that point. Shit! I didn't mean to do that. Someone showed a picture of their dog, and I was like, oh, I want to copy that link and share that with someone. Wait, what is that? Anyway. Get a load of that dog.